Well, Happy New Year and welcome to 2020 and a new episode in the channel series Tech Continuum. This is my very first episode of the year and I've decided to take a stroll down memory lane and bring to you this baby right here. It is indeed the Sony Walkman. So the first Sony Walkman was actually released back in 1979, and that's the one that you may recognize from Guardians of the Galaxy if you saw the movie. And I wanted to get my hands on that specific model, but I just could not afford it. The thing cost almost as much as an iPhone. Anyways, so even though this thing came out way before my time, I still did catch a glimpse of it as a kid back in the 90s. Although by then, the Discman had already taken over. By the way, if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button right below there. It's a huge boost for the channel. Also, do you have a favorite vintage tech that you just love? Let me know in the comment section below. So this video may not get a ton of views, but I always wanted to introduce this piece of tech into my Tech Continuum series by making a video on it. Now, this is where it all started. The mobile Sony audio cassette player. For those who may not know what a cassette or cassette tape is, it looks a little something like this. And beyond being used to record and play music, it could also be used to express to that special girl how you felt about her. And you would do so at the time by, let's say, recording some love songs that you thought she might appreciate and then like you afterwards. Nowadays, it would be the equivalent of sexting. No, that didn't come out right. That's a bad analogy. Anyways, so this guy is the OG of personal audio. It did to the boombox what the iPod came around in the early 2000s and did to it being the Walkman or Discman. This was made in Japan, of course, and you saw me unbox it there. It was a very straightforward box. You will get the manual, a pair of headphones, considered today to be kind of a retro look headphones. They are still available for sale, but they are called retro headphones. And of course, you would get the device itself. To be honest, I would have preferred to have gotten the orange color headphones for this device here, a little bit like in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie. So at first look, it seems to be a little chunky, but trust me when I say this came out to replace something that was even chunkier and even heavier in the boombox, of course. This was considered to be relatively light, as you could just strap it to your belt and fill it to the music and go about your merry way. This particular model, of course, is the WM-F44. Sony has always been crazy about the way they name their devices. I picked this up off of eBay, and as you would expect from any device this old, it has no digital buttons, just the transport control here and some switches and pretty much very clicky buttons. The play button is here, then you have of course the rewind, then the fast forward button, and the stop button right there. This model here has full FM radio, so essentially it allows you to manipulate both FM and AM radio right off of the door of the device itself. So some of the switches, like right here, one to go from tape to radio or vice versa, and the other one to go from AM to local or FM radio. And this wheel here on the side is what you would use to tune into a radio station. On that same side, you have the volume wheel, then of course an audio or headphone jack right here, and another switch there to go from normal to metal sound. At the bottom of the device, there is an AC adapter with a 3-volt DC input. You would need 2 AA batteries, of course, in order to operate this on the go, and this particular unit still plays pretty well. I don't anticipate that it will last that much longer since it seems pretty old already. After all, it's been decades since this thing was made. So I've been listening to it over the past few days and it doesn't sound half as bad. I guess it really depends, or it boils down to how the tape was recorded and what equipment was used to record on that tape. I bought the tape off of Amazon, so I'm assuming they use good equipment in order to record songs on that tape. Either way, it sounds pretty cool. And I'm gonna be rocking this thing over the few days just to see how people react to it. I'm gonna go to the gym, hit the weights using this, strap up to my belt here, and see how that goes and see how I like it. It's also going to add to the collection of old electronics that I'm starting here at home. Anyways, I was really excited about this purchase, and that's the reason why I wanted to share it with you guys. I really appreciate you for sticking with me till the end of this video, and I thank you so much for the support as we get started with this new year 2020. And of course, please don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and I would love to hear what is your favorite old tech or your favorite vintage tech. Write down in the comment section so we could get this conversation going. So I'm going to catch you in the comment section, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Peace.